Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to class. Just take a few minutes to get comfortable and be right with you guys to start our meeting in about 4 minutes. Hope y'all having a good week. And yeah, just sit tight. We got about 3.5 minutes to go before class. I'm going to quickly just give myself a little soft drink. Hey guys, hey Tahani, Nick, Margarito, welcome. Oh yeah, thanks. Happy birthday to me. Happy St. Patrick's Day for you. Yeah, here's another birthday. They just keep coming. Hello. Yeah, I'm not exactly having a party, I'm just hanging out with you guys on my birthday. A lot of grading, a lot of teaching, but that's all good. Hi, Ashley and Nancy and everybody else. Hey, say hi to Eddie. He doesn't usually come through. The big boy, not Peachy, but her brother. Hi, Eddie. Hi, guys. Hello. Eddie. Thank you. Thank you so much. After the year that we all just had, it's nice to even be having a birthday. But yeah, it's a happy birthday. Hello, everyone. Hi, Vanessa, Ray, Brenda, Danny, and everyone else here. It's good to see you guys. Just got about 1.5 minutes, and then we'll get started. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Eddie, he's as funny as cat, I tell you. Super cute. Hey, Eddie. Very needy little boy here. Handsome kitty. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Hi, Cherise, Alani, Vanessa, Emily. Hope you're all doing good. You see the resemblance, family resemblance between Eddie and Peach? Similar, but a little different markings. He's got these little mittens, and kind of little white V-neck kind of pattern on his chest and belly. Good boy, Eddie. Hi, Danny. Hi, Stacy. Welcome back. Okay. Okay, guys, so it's 1 o'clock. Let me just get things underway. Welcome back to class. Thanks, as usual, for your attendance. Whenever you get a chance, if you haven't already done it, go ahead and leave behind some type of comment here in the chat. That'll give a way of keeping track of your stuff. And yeah, today we're just going to continue through our Chapter 5, you guys know, is all about fallacies. Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate it. St. Patrick's Day is a fun day for everybody, I guess, so it's kind of a nice day to have a birthday. Yeah, so we're dealing with Chapter 5. Last time when we were here, we went through one category of fallacies, and we covered almost all of them, but there was one left over. So I want to finish up the fallacies of ambiguity, and then we'll go through the fallacies of relevance. And then what I will also do, if I can get through all of that, is talk to you guys about the second homework assignment, which is going to be due in a week, right before you go off to spring break. So we have our work cut out for us, but it's a clear plan. So starting off, We will talk about the last fallacy of ambiguity. That's the fallacy of composition. And then afterwards, we'll be dealing with the second batch of fallacies, fallacies of relevance. Okay, so let me just get my book open for a minute. Okay. Okay, guys, so let's just quickly review the things that were covered in the last lecture. Fallacies. That's our main focus right now. And the word fallacy just is a word that refers to whenever an argument contains a logical error or a flaw. So fallacious arguments are flawed, erroneous arguments that sometimes, if you're not wise to the concept of fallacies, may appear initially without more detailed inspection to be good, valid arguments. So you have to be able to determine whether you're looking at a good, reasonable argument versus one that has a fallacy. We don't want to commit fallacies, nor do we want to be tricked, fooled, manipulated, or deceived by means of other fallacious arguments that are given to persuade us of things. So we have got different categories of fallacies. One of them is the fallacies of ambiguity. That was the subject of Monday. The fallacies of ambiguity are called that because the common theme of all of them is that in these fallacies, there's ambiguous words, sloppy grammar, or some type of confusion between two similar or related ideas. So one of those 5 fallacies of ambiguity was the fallacy of equivocation. Okay, so I'll just say a few words about that. Equivocation is a fallacy that happens when there's a key term in an argument which appears more than once, but with different meanings. Okay, so like for example, Joe's at the bank. Banks are where you can deposit money. So Joe is at a place where you can deposit money. Looks good enough as an argument, but if we consider that the possible meaning of bank is different in premise 1 and 2, then the conclusion would not follow. Suppose that in the first premise, the statement that Joe is at the bank refers to Joe being at a river bank. And then suppose in our second premise where it says a bank is where you can deposit money, that is in reference to the other type of bank, which is a financial institution. But if we have different usages and meanings of the word bank in the separate premises, then whatever conclusion is being derived from them does not follow logically. So equivocation. In life, we know that words don't always have a single unified definition. And so if a word is used with different meanings, then whatever line of reasoning you are using regarding that concept doesn't carry through. Okay, so in other words, make sure that meaning of a word doesn't switch up midway through the course of an argument, or if somebody does that to you and tries to state some conclusion that's based on premises where key terms are being used in different ways, then you could call out that as a fallacy of equivocation. Okay, after that there was the fallacy of amphiboly. Amphiboly is a fallacy of grammatical error or grammatical ambiguity. So it's when there's a grammatical ambiguity in the argument which makes it possible to derive or draw multiple conclusions, and you're just not sure which one. So like some examples that I think I gave had to do with the use of pronouns where it's ambiguous to whom the pronoun attaches. If we say Bill and Ted were hanging out and they were talking about his dog or whatever, the subject of this pronoun his is ambiguous because we've named 2 subjects that have the possibility of being the individual whom the pronoun attaches to. So without further disambiguation, we would be left scratching our heads. Whose dog or whatever is being referred to in that claim? So yeah, like other examples from the book, they gave a similar type example. Terry Schiavo's husband and her mother don't agree about whether to discontinue life support. Well, the word her is ambiguous in this case grammatically because it's not clear whether that refers to the husband of Terry Schiavo herself, the person who's in the coma, or if it refers to the husband of the mother of Terry Schiavo, because it says Terry Schiavo's mother and her husband don't agree. So her is thus grammatically ambiguous in that example. Okay, so be careful about fallacy of amphiboly. When you're not sure what is being claimed because you can't interpret the grammar, ask the person to perhaps rephrase what they are saying so that eliminates the mystery about what's being mentioned in the claim or argument. Okay, then there was the fallacy of accent. And this, by the way, is just review. Everyone, you know that, right? That we're just going over topics covered on Monday, and then we'll press on from there. But fallacy of accent is another fallacy of ambiguity. This happens when the meaning of a statement or an argument changes based on which word or phrase within it is emphasized or stressed. Okay, so like the whole mother-daughter scenario where the daughter burns down the shed with the matches. Mother says, "Why'd you do that? I told you so many times specifically, do never play with matches." And if the daughter says, "I know you said that, but I didn't technically play with matches. I mean, I was dead serious when I was doing the stuff with the matches. It was no game or funny thing to me." Well, that would be a way of misinterpreting the original message as though what the person had said was, do whatever you want with matches aside from specifically things that count as games or playtime. That's not what the statement means. Obviously, a reasonable interpretation, perhaps the only interpretation, is that they're telling you don't touch matches or light them at all. Okay, and so other examples like that were mentioned in the book. Proof texting, using emphasis of words that are contained in scripture to try and warp or manipulate a person's judgment about what the Bible says, and so on. Okay, then there was fallacy of division, and that was the last one that we had time for on Monday. So the fallacy of division, guys, is when you erroneously assume that since a group has a certain characteristic, that every member of the group also has the same quality, and that's not generally always true. So like the case mentioned in the book, one of them, men are taller than women, so like the group men overall has this feature or quality of being taller than average woman. Average man taller than average woman. Then we point out like Kevin Hart or Danny DeVito is a member of the group men. So does it therefore follow that he is taller than the average woman? No. Of course, even if the group as a whole, sort of overall, if you take the average, is a group which has this quality, that's not necessarily the case with every single member of the group. United States, wealthiest nation in the world. You are one member of this group. United States, you're a citizen, let's suppose, right? So if you are, does that mean that you are the wealthiest person in the world? No. So obviously you can be a member of a country that has fantastic wealth, but not necessarily be as wealthy as the country overall. So those are all fallacies of division. Like, I don't know. If you thought that the Lakers were the best team in basketball because they're the current champions, whatever. I mean, that's a debate that people can have in sports, whether they're doing well right now or whatever. Anthony Davis, hopefully he comes back soon. But say you believe that the Lakers are the best team because they're the champions and the title holders. So then here's a member of the team, Alex Caruso. So does this mean that he's the best player in the league? I don't know. I mean, he's got some skills, but he's more of a supporting cast player. So that's all division, guys. Now the other one, to finish that set out, the fallacies of ambiguity, one more. And this is called the fallacy of composition. So this is kind of like the sibling of the fallacy of division because it's similar to it, but just in the opposite direction. So let's get the definition first. Fallacy of composition. So what is this? So a characteristic of a member of a group is erroneously, meaning like incorrectly, in error, is erroneously